It's August 17th, and I see that the StoryWorth book has arrived. I ordered it on August 1st, so it's been, 16 days, which is not bad because economy shipping and all. And I come from the era where sometimes parcel post would take like a month. And they said it would be like August 31st, so they're early. Well, it looks like it's packaged in a usual kind of packaging for a book. Well packaged. Okay. Nice. It looks largely like it was advertised. The Can't see it too well. Hold on. So anyway, this is the title that I chose, and you get to put a picture on it too. I didn't want a picture, but I guess if you don't put a picture, then it puts a line there. All right. Seems to be a well-constructed book. It's looks like just a glue binding, which is all right. Oh, interesting. This binding, I see. Okay, it's really like a paperback book. Yeah, it's a paperback book that they put a hardcover over. Let me see if I can show this to you. You see this over here? So this is the actual book inside, and they just pasted on this cover, which is fine. Totally fine with me. All right, I'm back. I took a little time out to take a look at the book and form some opinions. First of all, what is StoryWorth? It is a subscription service, commercial subscription service. My daughter and son gave me a 1-year subscription to this thing, and they'll send you one question a week or whatever frequency you choose by email, and you send your reply by email, and after a year they bundle up everything and they'll print you a book. Now there are default questions, standard set, or the person giving the subscription can rearrange those, delete, choose other questions. Certainly there's questions which would be personally tailored for certain people. Like, let's say they knew that you went to Ethiopia. One of the questions could be, what was the food like there? Anyway, so you get this book, and the book is included with the subscription, but only a black and white one. If you want color, then you pay extra, and in fact quite a bit more. So the black and white book is $39, and plus shipping, which is all included with the subscription. If you get an extra one, then it's another $39 and so forth. If you want the color one, up to about, I don't know, about that many pages, it's $79, and you get a credit for that $39. So it's really $40 extra if you want color, which is nice if you have color pictures. But the book is all black and white. Otherwise, it's a book, right? It's print. So if you want color, that's extra. Oh, and I actually have to share that when I was almost finished with all my questions, I realized, man, I had written so much. I wonder if it's all going to fit. And I was sweating bullets. And then I looked at the terms or whatever, and it says you can have up to 480 pages. What? And I realized that I thought I had written a lot, but it was like maybe this much. Now, if you want 480 pages with color, it's $99 or $60 on top of the standard. And plus shipping and handling if you want a separate order. And I don't remember what it was. Um, it might be like $7-8 for the cheapest, which is kind of slow, more than 2 weeks. Faster one is more expensive. Now here's some general information on the book as it came out. It's 6 1/4 by 9 1/4. What was it? 9 3/4. 9 1/4. 1.5 thick. And remember, I have the maximum number of pages here. The pages themselves are reasonably stiff. You can feel that there's some weight in this paper. It's not like Bible thin. It's even a little bit thicker than a normal textbook, I think. They're not glossy, so don't expect high resolution pictures. In fact, let me show you here. Like that's a picture. So you get the idea, but it's not all the best resolution. So I should also say, what did I do when I realized I only had this much and I was allowed 480? Then I crammed every other thing that I could find in there. Might as well. So I put some of my unpublished works of fiction. Actually, I've never been published, unless you count Wattpad or technical papers. I put in just other personal remembrances that I had written up, but not necessarily as answers to questions. I stuck in drawings. So actually, if anyone is sold on StoryWorth already, I have some tips. First of all, if you do drawings, you gotta don't try to reduce them all down to fit onto one page, because then they're gonna be unreadable. So if you're gonna do drawings, put like just a few per page. So at the beginning of the book, they print you up a table of contents here. And each so-called chapter is one of the questions that they sent you. So you can see over here, I went pretty much all the way to the maximum number of pages they would allow. So who is StoryWorth for? My opinion is you have to be a writer. It's great for somebody who's a writer. Maybe they've already written some stuff, might not be published, but they've already written stuff, or maybe they're an artist and they've already sketched or drawn stuff, but they've never published it. That would be perfect. My opinion is most of my friends would not be able to keep up with the one question a week. They are not writers. A lot of people are talkers. Maybe if you had a talker, then you could get a writer, pair their nephew or niece with them or something, and they can transcribe or something, but that's still not the best, because If somebody else transcribes, then it's hard to curate the pictures. Where are you going to find them? You can look through the album, or I don't know. For talkers, it's probably better to just record them on video, or maybe even just audio if that's all you got. Okay, so for those who have already gotten StoryWorth, I have a few impressions and tips. I noticed that they rigidly enforce their format. So you have no control over font size. There's no bold, no italic, no no special characters. So if you had an email and you wanted to include it, but there was an emoji in there, or someone used a Unicode character, that's not going to work. It's going to print a blank box. If you had some story that included some math in it, maybe you want the summation symbol, or the square root symbol, or there was something in there which would be fine in a regular email. It won't work here. It's just a very basic, almost ASCII character set, and that's all you get to do. They force every new chapter, every new story onto this odd page, the right hand page. So if your previous story had less than would go on this page, then they just insert a blank page. And I notice also, let's see, can you see it? They use a large cap, kind of like an old fairy tale or something, for the first letter in every story. Now you can get around that. If you want to just not do that, then the way to escape that is to put a picture first, any picture, even a blank, almost null picture, and then they won't. Then you get to start off with regular size characters. I would suggest that if you're writing your stories, there's this print preview function. Use it. Each time you do a story, each week, print it out and then take a look, because you may find that StoryWorth doesn't process all the characters that you used correctly. Like maybe a certain kind of curly brace or up arrow or some fancy border, it doesn't work. Also, I found out, this is an interesting one. I had something like this in my story. It was actually part of the story, because that was the format of the thing that I was talking about. StoryWorth took that, I guess it sucked it up as an HTML tag and said, I don't know what this is, and they threw it away. So anything that looked like that vanished. So very important to print out. They will let you print out the whole book, actually, to preview. And you can keep that in your archives when you're done. So one thing that should be obvious, do a spell check, I suggest. Now, spell check's not going to catch everything, because in my stories there might be the word Kalani, which is not an English word, but there'll be annoying stuff like this. Material things. Material. It's okay, they know what you mean. It may be best, actually, if you're the type that really likes to have things nice and kind of perfect. First order the black and white. Never mind the nice color one. Order the black and white one first. And then when the copy is actually in your hands, I don't know why, for some reason it's easier for me to find mistakes like that. Then you can edit it, go back, and you order the color one. As it is, I think I'll order another, but the second one will be black and white because I got the color one here. So anyway, in summary, this is the perfect gift for a guy like me that is a writer. Not for everybody, but StoryWorth.